Last year in the Sta-Bil Nationals in the BP class, it was all Bob Stormer as he drove to his first national title. But Al Bitterman and Mark Boyce hook up, and Bitterman takes a hay bath. In the effects, it was Chuck Miller that got the early lead, but he tangled with Eric Olaf, but he still maintained his lead over Brad McKeith to take his fourth national title. They're all here today for a Mowdown Showdown. The Sta-Bil National Lawnmower Racing Series and the United States Lawnmower Racing Association presents from Lisle, Illinois, it's the Sta-Bil BLITZ Gas Can Showdown. Hi everybody, I'm Steve Moss, joined alongside David Stanfield for another edition of Mower Madness. In the next 9 weeks, you're going to be seeing some of the fastest riding lawnmowers the U.S. has to offer. But first, it's round one here in Lisle, Illinois. And Dave, this track is set up perfect.
It is. It's a challenging track. For the racers, they've been waiting all season long to get on their machines. However, they expected an oval course. Today, we've got 5 turns. It's a 1/12 of a mile long. Plenty of speed on it, up to 35, maybe 45 miles per hour with some of the faster machines. And you got to watch out. It could get a little dusty.
All right, well, we're going to be showing you BP and effects. Who do we look for in both classes?
In the BP class, you got to take a look at the national champion. His name is Bobby Cleveland. He races the number 16 Prolong machine. A 3-time national champion, is quick, as is his partner Mark Boyce on the number 1 machine. Out of Glasgow, Montana comes Bob Stormer, the number 94 McMower machine, and sponsored by No Leak Automotive Sealers is Al Bitterman. In the FX class, Lakeville, Illinois' Kevin Penny and his 104 Octane Boost mower. 32-year-old Mike Miller from Kenosha, Wisconsin on the heat machine. And newcomer to the sport, a points leader Daryl Bratton out of Fountaintown, Indiana. And finally, Kurt Schwengel, a veteran and a contender. Those are the big guns to watch for, but it's anybody's race. It's a challenging track.
All right, we're set to go and ready to mow. Let's get right to BP action. It's mow time. Today's program is brought to you by Sta-Bil Fuel Stabilizer. Keeps gas fresh for quick starts. And by Prolong Super Lubricants. No equal in the world. Well, as we're getting ready for the BP, there's Mark Boyce. He's got 2 thumbs up. His partner does too. That's Bob Cleveland. We had a chance to talk to him. He's last year's national champion.
Back in the earlier days when I was winning, it was more because I had more engine than anybody else. And as the years have developed, the other people, and a lot of them, have come in here with V-twin engines that's just as good as mine now. So every year there's somebody that's going as fast as I am. So every year I have to do something a little bit different to make mine handle or go a little bit faster.
Well, with the addition of a lot more corporate sponsors, it is getting tougher, Bobby. We've seen the 104, we've seen the Heat, we've seen the McMower. There's a lot of them out there and a lot more corporate money coming in, Dave, and that makes a difference.
And it makes a difference if you're winning, especially. All the big guns are on the fastest machines right now. They do have corporate sponsors. A Le Mans start, run to your mower, attach your kill switch, and obviously you want a quick starting mower. Who's got the quickest one right now? Couple Prolong machines in the McMower out as well. Bobby Cleveland takes the lead, and here's Bob Stormer right behind him, just like last year. We're picking it up from the last year's Nationals. Bob Cleveland, Bob Stormer, and there's Mike Bonville and Alan Elder, top 4. Bobby Cleveland, the 42-year-old. His nickname is the Flipper. He gets his machine up on a rail. He is not afraid to keep that thing floored around this track. And there's Mike Bonville. Now, Bonville, he's come on this year. He's got a little bit more sponsorship money. He's got a faster machine, and he's riding up there with the big boys. He got off in the loose stuff. It looks like he's got a little handling problems. Meanwhile, on board with Bob Stormer, looking at Bobby Cleveland, kicking some dirt in his face. This track has turned to dirt, basically. It started off as grass. Early round competition, Dave, has really made this a dusty track. It's going to be hard to see. Well, there's going to be a lot of lappers out there, and if you're in the lead like Bob Cleveland, you still have to contend with the dust. Coming up strong is Bob Stormer. He had a great year last year. They call him Bad Weather Bob.
1999 was really good for the Stormer Racing team. We, between Evan and myself, I consider that we had a great year. I won the 1999 BP National Championships in both road course and drag, and then Evan won AP road course as well. So You know, I think we've had our little 15 minutes of fame, and I think our luck is probably about to run out, but that's racing, and we'll do our best.
Well, so far, Bob Stormer's right behind Bob Cleveland. Cleveland the leader, Stormer in second, coming into turn number 1, lap traffic, and over goes Steve Barber, number 13, so he's down.
Little high centering, he hooks up and he high sides his number 13 machine, unlucky number 13, and that machine's only about a year old, and it's looking pretty damaged right now.
Well, Steve Barber out of Greenfield, Indiana, and he's going to be promoting a race later on in the year. Hope he gets that mower back up. Take a look at it again, Dave.
High centers his machine, and you know, this is a tractor. It's really not a low center go-kart or a ATV, and he just throws it over, hooks up a little bit too much traction on his outside tires, and his machine is damaged. It will be a DNF for him.
Well, we're setting him up and ready to mow him down. It's a green flag. Bob Stormer, Bob Cleveland, neck and neck. Here we go into turn 1, and there's Mike Bonneville taking a spin. Looks like he's tangled with Alan Elder as our leader continues.
It is Bobby Cleveland out front, followed by Bob Stormer, and then there's Mark Boyce. There's a prolonged machine of Alan Elder.
Alan Elder and Mike Bonneville, he's been the hard luck story this season. Every time he gets out in front or near the leaders, something goes wrong, and he's spun out again. He's still on the lead lap, and we're back to green. Bob Cleveland, Bob Stormer into turn 1.
Look how aggressive Stormer is. It's got to be nerve-wracking for Bobby Cleveland out front, because Stormer bunches right up on him every time a yellow flag is thrown. And for Stormer, he's got maybe a better handling machine, or at least he's moving around the track a lot more. For Bobby Cleveland, he holds a solid line, and it's the fastest line, so you've got to make the move.
Stormer's getting anxious. He's trying to make a move around Bob Cleveland. Is he going to be on the inside or the outside? There he goes. He's outside. He's into the hay bale, takes a hay bath, and Bob Cleveland continues to race. Now we're under yelling. He doesn't know Bob Stormer's out.
Stormer's out, but a valiant try. Coming out of turn number 3, trying an outside move, hooks into a hay bale, goes off course.
All right, Stormer's getting his thoughts together. We'll return with BP action after this.
Good gas turns bad fast, and bad gas means trouble. So will your engine start next year? It will with Sta-Bil. Sta-Bil keeps fresh gas fresh. That's why 70 engine and equipment manufacturers recommend it. Will your engine start next year? It will with Sta-Bil. Sta-Bil keeps gas fresh for quick starts.
The Lost Drive in takes you back to a groovalicious era of hot rod chicks, gun-slinging rock and roll, and spooky special effects. You making any sense out of this? It's the Ghost of Drag Strip Hollow at Saturday Night Undead Special Feature.
Welcome back to Lisle, Illinois. We're in the BP Finals. That's Bob Stormer. Moments ago, this is what happened trying an outside pass on Bob Cleveland. He takes a hay bath. He's out of the race. We're under green, and here we go. And Al Bitterman sees the green, punches it. He's moved into second, right behind Bob Cleveland.
Everybody was sleeping except Bitterman. Colonel Al Bitterman moves into second. Boyce in the number 1 prolong machine is challenging right there with an inside move. Out front is Bobby Cleveland. And Cleveland has got a great race going for him right now. He's got plenty of breathing room.
Well, we're on board with Mark Boyce. Now, he's currently in second. He's got around that no-leak machine, number 97 of Al Bitterman. Bitterman's right on Mark Boyce, and here comes Mike Bonneville, that 25 machine.
That's good to see Bonneville in the hunt. He's currently in 4th right now, and he's all over Al Bitterman. There is your leader, number 16, Bobby Cleveland. Makes the big sweeper. There's his partner, Mark Boyce. There's Bitterman, and there's Bonneville. And this is a really good race, and the battle right now is for 2nd and 3rd.
2nd and 3rd, and Bob Cleveland's got that lead. He's extending that lead. You're on board with Mark Boyce in the Mocam. Can he really mend? Down that back straightaway, Bob Cleveland is just moving on, Dave.
Cleveland has done a fine job here. The 3-time national champion in this class has made his way easily through the traffic with no problems. William Burrow, number 59, moves over for our leaders. Bobby Cleveland looking back at Mark Boyce. Now Mark Boyce looks ahead, and you can see Bobby Cleveland with the traction down that back straightaway. Last lap, checkered flag coming out for Bobby Cleveland.
So here comes Cleveland. He'll take the checkered flag, the first race of the year, the BP Finals. He takes the big win. Mark Boyce comes in second. I've got to wonder what would have happened if Bob Stormer would have stayed in this race. It could have been very, very exciting. Nice race for third and fourth. There are your top four. Bob Cleveland, Mark Boyce, Al Bitterman, and that no-leak machine, and Mike Bonneville. Let's go down to Dave with Bob Cleveland.
You look very happy with that checkered flag, Bobby.
Man, I'm always happy with a checkered flag, especially with a group like that. Man, it was great. Everybody was out there. Everybody was fed. I can't believe Stormer fell out. Man, he was right on my tail the whole time. I could feel him back there. Stormer was a storming, and it was great. Mark came up there quick, and it was good. And Alan had some trouble there. One of my teammates, and Al was back there. Michael Bonneville, man, they was right on my case, and it was hard. I'm wore out.
Well, congratulations to Bob Cleveland. He continues to hold that lead over teammate Mark Boyce in the overall standing. So when we return, it's AP action. Can Evan Billingsley, last year's national champion, win today?
Brace yourself for the dawn of the undead as the Lost Drive-In goes ghoulish in October.
Something's wrong here.
Every Saturday night, try to live through one petrifying Lost Drive-In after another as Speed Vision carries you off to the dark side.
Looks like a nightmare factory.
What the hell's going on around here anyway? There's no place to run. There's no place to hide.
No, I promise you I won't go out.
So grab a friend and get ready to scream. This Saturday night, it's Ghosts of Drag Strip Hollow, 11 Eastern, 12 Pacific.
Illinois for the FX finals of the Sta-Bil BLITZ Gas Can Showdown. Well, we're set to go with the FX. Steve Moss along with David Stanfield, and you're looking at number 52. That's Greg Honchel, a 17-year veteran of lawnmower racing. And next to him is Kevin Penny in the 104 Plus machine. We had a chance to catch up with him and ask him about his racing theory.
Race number 1 is finish number 1. Settled for second, but to me that's the first loser. As long as I finish the race under power, sometimes it's not in your power to finish the race in first place. You get traffic, you get caught up, and sometimes it's just not in the cards. So you really just got to play the cards, play the field, and do the best you can.
Well, that's what everybody's hoping for in this FX field. There's a lot of good ones out there, Dave. We've got Kevin Penny, Kurt Swingle, Daryl Bratton, number 409. Now, he's the overall points winner right now, or so far up to date in this series. And then you got Mike Miller. There's a bunch of them out there. Anybody could take this field.
Kevin Penny is incredible. He had the fastest lap times in practice earlier this morning. He is a maniac. He loves to race. He loves to go fast. Let's see what he can do. Sitting on the pole, he gets out to a pretty good start, but he's not in the lead.
Kurt Swingle, number 11 from Rome, Wisconsin. He's in that Roman Legion. He's the leader. Now, he was our hard luck story last year, if you recall, Dave. He ran over himself leading one race and lost the race. Kevin Penny's in second. Here comes Daryl Bratton in the 409 machine, the heat machine. So we've got Kurt Swingle putting his hand up. What's up with that? Here comes Daryl Bratton. He takes the lead. Swingle's outside, Dave. This is crazy.
Swingle puts up his hands. He slows up totally. So does Kevin Penny. And Daryl Bratton moves to the inside. He is the rookie. This is his first-year race, and he goes from third to first in a matter of feet.
So you've got Daryl Bratton, the 104 machine, Kurt Swingle, and the heat machine, all vying for the number 1 position. You're on board with Kevin Penny. What's it look like? Well, there you have it. It's the MoCan.
Remember, Kevin Penny is a 2-time national champion with 10 years of experience. Daryl Bratton out front is just a rookie.
Here comes Bratton, the rookie. Is he going to make a mistake? Who knows? Into turn 1. He turns it sideways, takes a hay bath. Or better yet, Dave, it looked like a dirt nap. Looks like he's all right, trying to get his machine back on. That puts Kevin Penny in the lead. What happened?
Daryl Bratton comes in a little hot from grass, then into a slick surface, the gray, throws out the back end and hooks it and high side right in front of Kevin Penny. Penny avoids the mishap, takes over the lead.
Well, we're under yellow, and Daryl Bratton's back on his machine. Tough guy that guy is, leading the points, a rookie on the lead lap. Can he make his way back through and catch up to our leaders? We'll find out when we return. Welcome back to Lisle, Illinois for the Sta-Bil BLITZ Gas Can Showdown. We're in the FX final. That's Kevin Penny in the 104 machine. He's our leader, trying to fend off Kurt Swingle in the 11 machine and Mike Miller in that heat machine. You're on board with Mike Miller, the 16 machine.
Kevin Penny out front from Lakeville, Illinois. The 2-time FX national champion has the quickest machine out there. Can he hold on? But the battle between Kurt Swingle and Mike Miller is heating up.
Miller and Swingle into turn 1. He makes the pass. Swingle goes wide, and there you have it. Mike Miller's in second. Now Kurt Swingle moves to third.
Mike Miller's got his work cut out for him. He's called the Hedgehog. He's on the Heat by Gold Eagle machine. It's 12 horsepower, tuned to perfection. Let's see if he can catch his buddy.
Well, his buddy's Kevin Penny in that 104 machine. He's coming up on lap traffic. That's Dink Strunk and Lyle Wenham. Can he get around those guys? Because if not, he's going to bunch everybody up, and that's going to give us a break to Mike Miller. He's around Lyle Wenham. Here comes Dink Strunk. Can he get around him? Here comes Mike Miller.
Take a close look at Kevin Penny. He's got the throttle on the steering wheel, and he's got a left foot brake. He's got some great handling on that machine.
Well, Brian Walden went way wide right there and left half the field around in that number 34 machine, as now Mike Miller's got to contend with Dink Strunk to get around him. Kevin Penny's on his way.
Mike Miller down the inside line. Somebody runs across the track. Watch Miller. Both hands are on the steering wheel. He's got his throttle and his brake both on the steering wheel. He is in hunt for the 104 Octane boost machine. But, boy, it looks like there's no stopping Kevin Penny today.
Well, coming down the front stretch right there, there's your leaders, Kevin Penny, Mike Miller, and Kurt Swingle. They're all right after Mr. Penny, but Penny's got about a half-lap lead as he goes around Eric Obel. But there's Mike Miller right on Kevin's tail. Can Kevin keep this up?
Kevin Penny down that front straightaway. Lyle Wenham in the Cub Cadet, sponsored by No League, goes to the outside, but he's got some lappers in front of him. It's a one line out of turn number 2, turn number 3, down that back straightaway.
Well, Kevin Penny's the leader. Second place is Mike Miller. He's trying to get around Eric Olaf. We had a chance to ask him what goes through his mind while racing.
It takes extreme concentration. You have to anticipate every move in front of you. You have to look into the next corner, see what the other guy's doing. Hopefully there's not going to be anybody in front of you, but chances are there's going to be either lap traffic or Kevin Penny or Chuck Miller. You know, I just can't seem to get them out of my sight.
Right now, Mike Miller's got his sights on number 104 plus. That's Kevin Penny's machine. There's two machines ahead of him. He's got to get around the lap traffic. But right now, we've got a yellow, Dave. It's number 34, Brian Waldron. That's going to slow everybody down.
A full course yellow right now is unfortunate for Kevin Penny because his good buddy and racing partner, Mike Miller out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, is going to move right up on Penny's. Now his machine is stalled. And look, they've come to a stop. There's not a red flag right now.
It's a yellow. It's a yellow, and everybody's stopping.
You can't pass under yellow. It's a full course yellow, but you got to get rolling. So they tell Miller to roll on. Penny is furious.
Penny's furious. Bill Simpson says, keep it moving, guys. This is not a red flag. It's a yellow. Penny's pushing it back. He's had problems. That puts Mike Miller in the heat machine in the lead. Kurt Swingle's in second, and who do you think is in third, Dave? Darrell Bratton.
Darrell Bratton, our rookie, who's our points leader, has come from last to third spot right now. He's back in the thick of it. We've got a lapper in there. There's the man that caused the problems, number 34. He's going to pull to the outside. It is the hedgehog himself on the heat machine, Mike Miller out front.
Here comes Kurt Swingle. He's got to get around Brian Waldron. He's going to do that. Can he do it in turn 5? No, he's going to stay behind Brian Waldron. We're coming on the white lap, Dave. This is it.
I don't blame Waldron at all. He's trying to unlap himself. 34 is ripping it up out there, staying between first and second, trying to unlap himself, but I don't think it's going to happen. Checker flag's going to fly.
So Mike Miller's rounding the last turn. He's going to take the checkered flag. Congratulations to old Mike. And here comes Kurt Swingle, the hard luck guy from last season. He's going to take second. Dave, that was a great race, but a very strange one.
Well, it's a big win for Mike Miller, just what he needed at the start of the season. But for Darrell Bratton, a rookie, we saw some great speed out of him. And for Kevin Penny, what an upset. Definitely the fastest racer on the track.
Well, congratulations to Mike Miller and Kurt Swingle and Darrell Bratton for pulling third, and Bob Cleveland took fourth. Let's go down to Dave with our winner.
Now, racing on track like this, you said you've liked ovals, but we've got a couple of turns in here.
Oh, yeah, the officials of the Sta-Bil Racing Series really did a good job of setting this track up. It's perfect for what we're doing today. I just want to thank Sta-Bil, Gold Eagle, and for giving me this great time today.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Darrell Bratton retains the overall lead in the effect standings by a commanding lead over Dink Strunk and the rest of the field. Shoot at it with Bob Cleveland and Bob Stormer battling it out. Stormer tried to make a pass on the outside, takes a hay bath, and Bob Cleveland takes the BP finals. In the effects finals, Darrell Bratton, the overall points leader in effect, had the lead, takes a header. Kevin Penny goes ahead but breaks down in the last lap, giving Mike Miller the win. They're all here for a Mowdown showdown. The Sta-Bil National Lawnmower Racing Series and the United States Lawnmower Racing Association presents the 104 Octane Boost Grand Prix. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Moss, joined alongside David Stanfield for week number 2 of Mower Madness. We're in Marysville, Ohio. The track looks great, Dave. Promises to be a super race.
Incredible track. Earlier this morning, it was grass. Now it's turned into clay. 6 turns, and it was built by the local hero. More on him a little bit later.
All right, BP and effects are our racing classes we'll be showing you today. Tell me a little bit about the BP and who do we look for?
Well, in the BP class, you want to race all over the country to win that national title. Coming from Glasgow, Montana, is Bob Stormer on on the number 94 Scott's machine. Chuck Miller racing the 104 Octane Boost mower. Mark Boyce on the Prolong number 1 tractor. Teammate Bobby Cleveland number 16 in the FX class. Look for Mike Miller, the Heat machine. Kevin Penny on the 104 Plus Octane Boost mower. Points leader Daryl Bratton from Indiana, number 409. And Chuck Miller on the number 28 Boogie Woogie. And Miller has his work cut out for him today.
All right, we're set to go and ready to mow here in Marysville, Ohio. BP action coming your way. Today's program is brought to you by Sta-Bil Fuel Stabilizer. Keeps gas fresh for quick start. And by Prolong Super Lubricants. No equal in the world. It's time to go racing, and that's Chuck Miller, the local hero in the 104 Plus Octane Boost machine. That's the Scott's machine of Bob Stormer. We asked him about the course.
Well, this is race number 2. We're here in Marysville, Ohio. And we went out and measured the track. It's about 760 feet. A lot of left and right-hand corners, more than we normally see. A lot of tight, twisty stuff, a lot of extra bales around the track. It's going to really change the strategy, how you get in behind a guy, how you pass a guy, how you work with the traffic. I think you can see a lot closer racing on this kind of a surface.
All right, BP finals, here we go. On the pole, Steve Barber, number 13. But, Dave, that really means nothing in this type of start because it's all in the quick start.
Which means you've got to be a sprinter as well. Green flag drops, Le Mans start, run to your machine, mount the machine without kicking anybody, don't slip off, get your kill switch attached, and get it in gear and get off quickly. Take a look. Local hero Chuck Miller's out in front of Bonneville.
Bonneville into turn number 1, trying to catch up with Chuck Miller. Chuck Miller, that 104 Octane Boost machine, he's our leader. You've got Alan Elder, Colonel Al Bitterman, and Bob Cleveland landing out the top 5.
Out of the sweeper they come into the chicane section, turn 4, 5, and 6. It's a tight left-handed turn 6. Into the front straightaway they come. That's lap number 1. And the track, yes, it's very slick, but there's no dust. Clear vision, just hang on and find a good line.
Normally we see a lot of dust, but last night we had about 2 inches of rain. Really made the course great. Not any dust, a little bit slippery, but boy, I tell you what, it's great for spectators.
Before they started racing or even practice, this is a full grass track, but again, when they find the fast line, they wear down the grass and it turns to clay.
Well, Dave, that's your battle for third. Alan Elder, Al Bitterman. Here comes Bob Cleveland. We had a chance to talk to Bob Cleveland about the starts.
If you don't get a good start, with these guys these days, you just asking for trouble. Because if any of them get in front of you, it's just, unless they mess up, you're not going to pass them. Because everybody's going faster now. They've been going faster for a while. They're more experienced in the speed, so they're more used to it, and they don't mess up like they used to.
Well, Bob Cleveland's not trying to mess up. He's trying to get around Colonel Al Bitterman in that no-leak machine. He takes it outside out of 2, takes the inside in 3. He's trying to get around Bitterman. Can he do it? He does. He's now pulled into third place. Alan Elder is in second, and here comes your leader, Chuck Miller.
Miller's been a dominant force in the FX class. Now he's looking good in the BP class. Miller with the lead, and Michael Bonneville, problems with his machine.
Number 25, Blades of Thunder. Michael Bonneville's machine is out. He's had problems all year. Tough luck for Bonneville. We're under yellow. We're going to bunch him up, and when we return, it's going to be BP final action at its finest. Stay with us. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Sta-Bil 104 Octane Boost Grand Prix in Marysville, Ohio. Chuck Miller is our leader, and there is the reason for that yellow flag. Mike Bonneville goes out. We're under green. Chuck Miller's our leader, and Bobby Cleveland has fought his way back to second place.
Cleveland with a good move on the inside. We've got 6 turns on this course. A good one is the sweeper, turn number 3. Here's a high shot looking down at Chuck Miller. There's Bobby Cleveland, and there's the rest of the pack trying to hang tough on that left-handed turn 3 sweeper.
Dave, I'm amazed. Bob Cleveland anticipated that green flag after the yellow, blew past Alan Elder and Colonel Al Bitterman to take second. He's currently in second. Alan Elder is in third, but take a look. Here comes Mark Boyce challenging Alan Elder, and Bob Stormer is in 5th place trying to move up in the pack.
Great throttle control by Chuck Miller aboard the Honda. Take a look. Left side, 2 foot pedals, a brake and a clutch. The right side is his throttle. It's not on the steering wheel. And what a battle shaping up for third.
It's Elder in the white machine, Boyce in the blue, and here comes Stormer on the inside in that Scott machine into turn 1. He's inside on Mark Boyce. He takes the pass. He's looking for Alan Elder.
Stormer with a hot move. We go on board with him all over Alan Elder through the turn number 3 sweeper. Looks to the outside. It's a little slick out there. Here comes the quick chicane. Back to our leaders. Take a look. Bobby Cleveland going for the lead, trying to weigh around Chuck Miller.
It's a Honda and a Snapper, and they're going after it into turn 1, bumping and grinding for first and second. We've got a battle for third. 4th and 5th. This is a great race.
Just a different line here by just a couple of feet. Bobby Cleveland's got some torque, so he just looks for a different line around Chuck Miller. But again, this is Miller's track. He's designed this track for the last 3 years. He knows it like the back of his hand.
Here comes Bob Stormer, number 94 in that Scott's machine, down the straightaway, trying to make the pass on Alan Elder. Here comes turn 1. He's inside on Alan Elder. He makes the pass, and Alan Elder has got his hand up. Looks like he's got problems. We're under yellow.
Insult to injury. Gets past. His machine breaks down. Elder's out of it. Tough luck for him. Yellow flag out. Everybody's going to bunch up while they get this machine off the course.
All right, we're under yellow. That means they're going to bunch up, and Chuck Miller, our leader, has got to look out because he's got a herd of guys behind him that can blow by him at any given moment. You've got Chuck Miller. You got Bob Stormer, Bob Cleveland, Al Bitterman. They're all waiting. Here comes the green flag. Who's going to get it?
It's got to be Chuck Miller. Miller gets up into gear quickly, followed by Cleveland, and Bob Stormer is on a roll right now. He's got a quick machine. We go on board with him.
Stormer has just blown by Mark Boyce. You got to be anticipating that green flag. He's now in third and reeling in Bob Cleveland.
If they make any mistake or contact up there, Stormer's going to be in perfect position. Look at him into the chicane. He reels right up on him. White flag, 1 lap to go. It's anybody's race.
Chuck Miller's taking the inside. Bob Cleveland's trying the outside, and Bob Stormer's stuck in the middle. Here comes Cleveland. Can he make it happen in the next half lap?
Miller's holding that racing line. Here they come. The chicane coming up out of turn number 3. Stormer making a good move, but it's going to be too little too late. It's Bobby Cleveland and Miller.
It's a drag race to the finish. Who's going to get it? Chuck Miller takes it over Bob Cleveland, Bob Stormer, and then there was Mark Boyce.
Miller does not see the checker flag. He's still racing, but we've got the final result.
Congratulations to Chuck Miller. That was a super race. Bob Cleveland, Bob Stormer, and Mark Boyce put on a show. Let's go down to Dave with Chuck Miller.
Miller, congratulations, boy. When we're talking about the local hero, you had to pull it out, and a lot of pressure on you.
A lot of pressure, man. Bobby and Bob were a little slow getting up to the front there, and I was kind of taking it easy, and had a couple yellows come out there, and Bobby Stormer was right up on my tail, and he let me know it a few times.
There is something about the yellow flags, whether you take it easy, save your machine, don't make mistakes, which you were doing in the first laps, and then all of a sudden a yellow flag comes out and they are right on your tail.
That's right. You gotta let things sort out with the start. Everybody might not get a great start. If you have a good start, you get out ahead of everybody. All it takes is one yellow and we're all bunched up. It's a whole new game.
So what's the key to your success on this big Honda now? Were you sliding it? Were you hooking up? Well, there was definitely some driving going on out there.
Well, Big Red, she was doing just about everything imaginable. It was doing everything. So it was all I could do to keep in front of those guys. Congratulations, big win. Thanks a lot. It is a big win for me.
Well, Chuck Miller takes the win, but Bob Cleveland holds the overall points in the BP standings. When we return, it's Long Drag Racing from Texas. Stay with us.
Brace yourself for the dawn of the undead as the Lost Drive-In goes ghoulish in October.
Something's wrong here.
Every Saturday night, try to live through one petrifying Lost Drive-In after another as Speed Vision carries you off to the dark side.
Looks like a nightmare factory.
What the hell's going on around here anyway? There's no place to run, no place to hide.
No, I promise you I won't go out.
So grab a friend and get ready to scream. Next Saturday night, it's Werewolves on Wheels, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. Monday night, log on to Speed Vision's NASCAR Inside Winston Cup Racing with all the action.
You get in that groove, and it's just, you're tense all the time.
And insights.
The cars are running real good, I know that.
Monday nights at 7 Eastern, 8 Pacific, every week on Speed Vision.
Welcome back to Marysville, Ohio. Steve Moss along with David Stanfield. You're looking at Kevin Penny. He's got 2 titles to his credit. And that man right there, the local hero, Chuck Miller, he's got 4. And there is Mike Miller, 1 championship to his credit. We asked him about his career.
Well, I was 1996 national champion, 4-time regional southern champion. My career in lawnmower racing has been like a roller coaster. I've had no starts. I've had no finishes. But, you know, it's either there or it isn't. I don't have any in between.
Well, it was last week because he won the FX in Lisle. Let's see what happens today. Look for Chuck Miller. You can't count out Darrell Bratton, the rookie. He is the overall points leader. And then there's Kevin Penny. And there's a host of them out here, Dave. Anybody can win. It's the FX final. Green flag flies. We're rocking and mowing.
Oh, on pole position, BC Bobby Cleveland can't get his left foot over the seat. He gets a 4-star. Take a look, Chuck Miller out front, number 28, Boogie Woogie, and he's got the heat following him.
The heat machine of Mike Miller, number 16, is right on Chuck Miller. There's the 104 plus octane boost. You're on board with Daryl Bratton, number 409. He's the rookie so far of the year, and he's leading the points in the effects. Check it out.
Through the chicane, down the front straightaway. It's Chuck Miller, number 28, the block machine, the heat machine. Now, these two guys are friends. It is Mike Miller, and oh, look at that. Kevin Penny makes a quick move out of turn number 2, and he moves into second.
He's in second, but he's got Mike Miller in the heat machine in third, right on his tail, and then there's Daryl Bratton in the 409 machine making a move on the heat.
Kevin Penny has got the Miller sandwich going on. Miller in front, Miller behind, and he doesn't like it one bit.
Well, when I'm eating a Miller sandwich, a lot of dirt behind Chuck and them, my objective is to just start moving up, and I'm going to try every trick in the book for it. I got to get first place, but sometimes you only have a couple laps left. You got to do a couple of Earnhardt checks, you know?
Well, that means a love tap, but you know what? Kevin Penny's got to get up on Chuck Miller. He's getting around Lyle Wenham, but Chuck Miller's driving so well. 3 years designing this course. He knows every bit of the course. He's got a mission, and that's to win, Dave.
He's got an Ingersoll XM80. That's a Honda engine, single-cylinder, 390cc overhead valve, left foot brake, right foot throttle, centrifugal clutch, and he's got the right tire setup right now.
That machine has been in his stable for 5 years. He's been driving that machine to victory 4 national championships. Kevin Penny is trying to make a move, but he just can't catch up.
Well, now might be his chance. Coming up on slower traffic, and this isn't slower traffic. That's Greg Honchel out there, a veteran driver, and he's tough to get around.
Well, he's been driving 17 years, and Chuck Miller's got to find a way around. He looks like he's going to go on the outside around Lyle Wenham. He's got that, but he's still got Greg Honchel to contend with, and he's got behind him Kevin Penny.
Penny on board. You can see Penny's moved right up on him. Kevin Penny aboard the Huffy. Left foot brake on the rear tires only. Throttle on the steering wheel. Take a look at Penny's move. He's dressed like a motocross racer.
Inside move by Chuck Miller doesn't work. Greg Honchel doesn't want to get lapped. He'll be a lap down if Chuck Miller gets around him, so he's trying to drive for his life. Here's Miller.
Through the chicane, they come down the front straightaway. Here's a big turn here. Oh, he looks back. Looks like he's got a flat tire. Right rear tire's coming off. There goes the pass, maybe. Look at Chuck Miller hold on to the lead.
Chuck Miller is holding on to the lead, using Greg Honchel in lap traffic to keep Kevin Penny, who's trying an outside move, from going around him, and there's the move. So Penny, no, it's not. It's Chuck Miller still in the lead into the straightaway. This is great. Flat tire and all, he's still holding off Kevin Penny.
Great for our entertainment, bad for Chuck Miller. Here comes Kevin Penny. Penny trying anything. Penny now into the sweeper on the outside. Loves to flat track it. Could this be the move? And Penny looks like he's taken over the lead, and he has.
So Chuck Miller is now in second, but he's got to worry about who's behind him. He's got Mike Miller, he's got Daryl Bratton, Bob Cleveland. He's got to keep his cool because he's got a flat tire. Can he make it to the end of the race? We'll find out at the conclusion of effects right after this. Grand Prix. Well, Daryl Bratton has just passed Mike Miller while we were on break. Now he's trying to catch up to Chuck Miller, who's in second, trying to take an inside move. Chuck Miller's trying to hold off the rest of the field. You're on board with Daryl Bratton. This is what it looks like.
And it doesn't look good for Chuck Miller. Back right tire, totally flat, riding on the rim. Actually, on the left-handed sweeping turns, he's got some traction there. But here comes Daryl Bratton. There's your leader, Kevin Penny, on the 104 plus octane boost machine. Penny's looking solid. But the battle is for second right now. There's Chuck Miller hanging on for dear life.
He's hanging on because Daryl Bratton and Mike Miller are trying to catch up. Coming out of turn 2, here neck and neck. Chuck Miller, Daryl Bratton, and Mike Miller. Here they come into turn 3. Oh, Mike Miller takes a hay mess, Dave. So Mike Miller's down. Daryl Bratton's now in third. Mike Miller's got to get that machine going, and Chuck Miller is still hanging on for dear life.
Not a good day right now for Mike Miller out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. He hooks a hay bale, clipping the apex, as you say, on the inside. A little bit too tight. Left tire comes up on a hay bale. He rolls it, and right now he is a lap down under a full course yellow. He gets restarted. His buddy, though, is out front. That's Kevin Penny. Penny looks back and says, what's happening back there? They're going to go green here real soon. With a couple of lappers in between, second place is number 28. That is Chuck Miller, but Miller is going to be hassled heavily by Daryl Bratton in the blue right there. Looking for the green. It's going to be Penny first.
Green flag flies. Kevin Penny punches it. Here comes Chuck Miller trying to get around that number 52 gate belt special of Greg Honchel. Now the 409 machine of Daryl Bratton, he's got to think, I can get around this guy. When can it happen? But with a flat tire, Chuck Miller's driving superbly.
Well, Chuck Miller's not only got to worry about Daryl Bratton behind him, he's got to actually overtake the people in front of him. White flag out, 1 lap to go, 6 more turns for Daryl Bratton. Can he make the move on Chuck Miller?
Well, Bratton's got to be wondering, I can't even pass this guy, and he's got a flat tire. Chuck Miller's doing a great job of driving, but so is Kevin Penny. Kevin Penny out front, coming through the chicane. He's got 2 turns left. Here he comes down the straightaway, but he's slowing down, shaking that wrist. It's probably due to the lack of suspension. He can hardly hold on to the steering wheel, I'll bet. And crossing the finish line second is Chuck Miller in a valiant job of driving in front of his hometown with a flat tire. The effects final results are in the books. It's Kevin Penny over Chuck Miller, Daryl Bratton, and Bobby Cleveland. Let's go down to Dave with Kevin Penny.
I've seen you at speed before, but that was speed and quickness around a very tight track.
Yeah, that backup motor's doing pretty good, isn't it?
I would say so. Now, it's not easy from the beginning because you just don't know how things sort out. And then the track itself, it changes during the course of the race?
Yeah, Chuck and I were battling out for a long time, and he had a tire go down. And the track is really good. So I saw that tire going down. It was just a matter of time after that. And he just kept going. That guy wouldn't quit for anything. And it's a good race.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Kevin Penny was our winner. Daryl Bratton still leads the overall points, but the hero of the day had to be Chuck Miller. Dave's with him.
What were you thinking? Hold on, just try to finish the race, or were you saying, "Hey, I'm going to do it. I'm going to come in the podium finish"?
Well, I knew Kevin got around. I knew he was right there with me, and I thought, well, I'm just going to hang on here and see if we can't hold on to second or third place. And we ended up with second.
And the machine's okay?
Yeah, it's fine other than this old flat tire here. It nicked the rim up a little bit, but I think it'd be all right.
Well, congratulations, Chuck Miller. Not disappointing the hometown fans here because he is their hero.
Today's program's been brought to you by 104 Octane Boost with Acceleron. Feel the power. And by Prolong Super Lubricants. No equal in the world. Congratulations to our BP winner, Chuck Miller, and the effects goes to Kevin Penny.